Signore e signori, benvenuti e legard. Which, for those of you who haven't spent the last 2 years, like Andrew and Philly, learning Italian, translates as, although the political situation engulfing Europe is incredibly confusing, today represents a model of international unity and cooperation, the likes of which I only hope can be emulated by our leaders. I would like to thank you all for making the time and effort to be here. And I know I speak on behalf of the newlyweds in saying how much it means to be able to share this special day with such wonderful friends and family. But today is a celebration, and I confess that it's left me feeling a little emotional. There is immense pride in seeing Charlotte marry Andrew, joy in being able to share this special day with such wonderful friends and family, but also nostalgia, because with our youngest daughter, now a happily married woman, it's hard to believe that it's been 30 years since it all began. Large families means lots of birthdays, and it can be hard for family and friends to keep up, which is why we like to relieve our nearest and dearest of that burden by sending out homemade calendars complete with marked entries for all Codrington Towie birthdays and anniversaries. That particular year, 1990, the calendar included a special entry on July the 8th. ETA number 6. For most people, given that Philly was quite obviously pregnant, the implication was glaringly obvious. But then, Joanna Codrington isn't most people, which is why she mistakenly interpreted the entry as Eddie tries again.
If the Codrington sisters were the Spice Girls, who would be which? Now that's a good party game, but way too dangerous a way to begin a homily at the wedding of the posh one. Now the recent reunion of the Spice Girls brought back their songs to our airwaves and got me thinking. Now, Spice Up Your Life is a good challenge for a jaded monastery, but what grabbed my attention was to become one. In the Gospel, we have just heard the original phrase from Jesus, "The two shall become one flesh." Now, Andrew and Charlotte, what does that mean for your marriage? As a couple, are you essentially one or still two? Now, the emphasis today is you joining your whole lives together. With my body, I honor you. All that I am, I give you. It's a lifetime of trust and familiarity. A sort of unity that's forged in the furnace of both your joys and your sorrows. The hammer blows of daily life welded us as man and
wife. Some of you here today might remember the super skinny kid at St. Gregory's who was one of the fastest kids in our year group. His name's Michael Simpson. Anyway, the second fastest kid was actually Wilkie, also super skinny and nimble. He then developed his taste for his mother's fantastic Italian cooking and transitioned into the more huggable shape that he sported at St. Benedict's, where incidentally he began his rugby career in the proper position. Now before you stands the chiseled number 8 Prince Charming of a man who has almost met his match in his beautiful new bride, Charlie.
I, Andrew Alexander Wilkie, take you, Charlotte Ann Mary Joyce Codrington, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part.
I, Charlotte Ann Mary Joyce Codrington, take you, Andrew Alexander Wilkie, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part.
Charlotte, I give you this ring as a sign of our marriage. With my body I honour you. All that I am I give to you. And all that I have, I share with you. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Andrew, I give you this ring as a sign of our marriage. With my body, I honour you. All that I am, I give to you. And all that I have, I share with you. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I have a sneaky suspicion that Andrew might be giving you an insight shortly into how our relationship began. But let me simply say that I know he was particularly nervous about my brothers knowing about us going out because he'd known them for years playing rugby. But when I told one of my brothers that we were dating, he turned to me and he said, "I'm really, really happy for you, but don't F this up because I really like this guy." So Joe, I'm pleased to say he's stuck around and he's with us for life. It wasn't long after this that I really realised Andrew was the man I was going to marry. It may have taken him another 1,462 days, 80 minutes and 15 seconds to get down on one knee. But we've got to this point. His constant support, kindness and love means the world to me, and the way he's embraced our enormous family and the many children that comes with it means I'm constantly fighting for his attention and love from them all, in particular Barney. Although I have to say, missing 2 of your future nieces off the order of service was probably not the best way of joining the family. So, my darling, here's to you on your special day. I hope it's lived up to all your expectations. I know you've been dreaming about it since you were a 6-year-old girl running around with a veil on your head. I hope you have a very, very special evening. I love you very much, Andrew Wilkie.
Regardless of what I've shared and how bad I might make him look, when asked who my role model is, it's the big man. He's always supported me, always been there for me. I'm the only one who's probably going to cry up here as well. He's always supported me, always been there for me, and when required, offered me advice at crucial times to guide me down the right path. Charlotte, you have transformed Andrew over the last few years. Everyone here knows how happy he is. You have made his life complete. And I must say how excited I am to gain a sister to keep me in line. It's been a great honour today to conclude the speeches. I'm so happy for you both. Now let's all drink, eat and dance. But before we do, may we all raise our glasses to love, to laughter, to happy ever after, to the bride and groom.
So some of you know, but Charlie actually set her eyes on me when we were in primary school together at St. Gregory's. Although being in separate classes, we were involved in many games of kiss chase in the playground. However, after parting ways at primary school, as you know, Charlie found her way to Ampleforth and Bath University and Skeeler Gap, for all those that are here, in relatively same shape and size. I, on the other hand, found my way to Benedict's and Royal Holloway University. There's a small group there. But not quite in the same shape and size. But fortunately, we weren't friends at this point. Despite Nick and Lucy Farron stating that they played Cupid in the last 2 Codrington hookups, it was actually the Old Priory Rug Club that brought us together. For many of home games where the participating crowds sometimes reached 20 people, 40% of which were Codringtons, Charlie was on the sideline casting her eye at the single OPs. It wasn't until one Christmas evening when I found myself alone with Charlie in the front room of the best club in West London, 29 Drayton Avenue, where I managed to find the courage to tell Charlie that I liked her and that we should go on a date. I've heard that dating when no one else knows is quite fun, so we thought we'd go on a date and do this under the radar. Now, after drinks and bowling in town, when I first realised Charlie's competitive nature, we decided to head back to Ealing after a failed attempt at finding the 3-star Michelin restaurant, Five Guys. Turns out that dating under the radar and heading back to Ealing Broadway Station late on Saturday night was not such a smart idea. I say this because the train pulled into Ealing. This is the train. We got up from our seats and turned around, to which we saw Luke Engman on the train taking a photo of us going, "Ah, this is cute. I can't wait to tell the Codrington family." To Posh Spice or Charlie, you are truly amazing. Whether it's changing careers, organising a wedding, or completing a master's, moving a house, all of this that we've done at the same time, there's just about nothing that you can't do. I may not always show it, but I really do love you. You're my best friend, the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, the person I want to turn to when times are tough, the person I know who has my back and will genuinely go out of her way to make life easier for me. Mum, you also fall into that last category. Charlie, you're an incredible human being. And no matter what life throws at us, because there will be surprises along the way, I want you to know it will be okay, because I will always love you. I can't thank you enough for loving me the way that you do. And as Chandler said in Friends, you make me happier than I ever thought. Or if you let me, I will spend the rest of my life trying to make you feel the same way. If you could join me in raising a glass to my amazing and wonderful wife, Charlotte Codrington Wilkie.